Hello everybody, we're presenting our mathematical model presentations. We're working on 10 frames for addition and subtraction.
Hi everybody, I am Sinara, and then I'm gonna show you how to use a 10 frame using a virtual manipulative, okay? I like this website here, GDAX. GDAX offer you a variety of ways for children to use manipulatives that are virtual, okay? Here is the 10 frame that we're gonna be using, okay? If you are starting, usually a 10 frame, you use from TK to third grade. Okay, if you're showing the first time a 10 frame to a TK classroom, I would start telling them, okay, this is a 10 frame. A 10 frame is a 2x5 rectangular frame that you're gonna place counters on it, okay? And I would just say, okay, we have how many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to start filling with counters. Okay, you click the counter. If you can choose red or yellow, and you place on your 10th frame. Okay, and then you can ask the class or how many counters do you have now? And they're gonna say 1. Then you add, if I add one more, how many counters you have now? 2. If I add another one, 3. One more, 4. One more, 5, 6. They will be counting. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Then after you place the 10 counters, you can actually erase everything, or you can just click the eraser, and if you want to take 2 away, you can take 2 away, or you can erase one by one and then ask them, if I take 1 away, how many do you have now, and so forth. Now, another advantage about this is if you're going to use with a higher grade, instead of 1 10th frame, you can use 2 frames, okay? And then you can, usually the 10th frame is very visual. Usually the children will figure it out that if they fill up the first row is 5, they will be filling up 5 squares using 5 counters, and then after a while they will not count anymore. They're gonna say, oh, okay, we have 5 here already. They will not count one by one anymore. This is the advantage of the 10 frame. And then when they get to 10, they're gonna say, oh, if you fill up all of the 10 spots with counters, you have how many? 10. They already know that. And then you can ask, okay, if I take 1 away, how many I do have now? They're gonna count 9. If I take another one, 8, and so forth. They will be using the 10 frame. And then you can also use different colors. For example, now I want to fill up all this frame here with 10 counters. You click the counter. I'm sorry, it's not good. And then you click, there you go. Then you can ask them, okay, how many you have, how many counters you have here? They're gonna say 10. And how about here? And then they're gonna say, oh, 5 plus 2, 7. Then you also can ask them to write what they have. They can write 10 plus 7 equals to 17. This is a very good manipulative because they can use 2 different colors, many different ways, and you can erase everything and start over. Okay, thank you. This is my explanation about how you would explain to the class in the 10 frame. Now, Vanessa will explain to you how to use our presentation of the 10 frame with the classroom.
Hello guys, so I made a PowerPoint explaining the concrete, semi-concrete, and abstract. I totally didn't know that we were supposed to choose one of them, so we have all three of them. So I'm going to have you guys do the teachers in our class, some of them, but I'm going to do the first one. First, we're going to look at the 10 frame Let's Practice addition. So let's go to slide number 2. The first one is always my turn. So I will go ahead and fill everything in to kind of show you a reminder representing 1 plus 1 equals 2. And then somebody will choose slide number 3, and let's look at slide number 3. So let's give you an example, and we'll go ahead and take it away when it's your turn. So let's add 3 blue. It's always a great idea to add the 2 different colors representing the 2 different numbers, so that way students have the visual representation of, so they can identify the 2 separate numbers. So this is 3 plus 2 equals 5. And then number 4, I'm just going to show it to you, but I'm going to have you do it. And 3 is a lower number, 4 is the higher number, representing the low floor, high ceiling. So let's go to slide number 5, and this is the subtraction. So let's go to number 6, and again, all the ones that have pink at the top are my turn. So we have 3 plus 1 equals 2. 3 take away 1 equals 2. So let's just take away the 1. This is what you're going to do as students, and this is my example. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this so you remember what the ending product is supposed to look like. So let's go to slide number 7. I'm going to have you do it, but I'm just going to show you really quick. Just take away 2 purple. All right, and then slide number 8, you can go ahead and do by yourself. I'll go ahead and show you, but then we're going to go to slide number 9. And we're going to do addition. And this is where we're practicing the semi-concrete. So that way you guys have a little bit more manipulatives. You're actually creating the addition formula. And go ahead and fill in a few of them. And once again, this is my turn. So we're going to just create anything to make 10, and all of these are creating 10. So you can be as creative as you'd like, come up with any numbers that you want, as long as it equals 10. And there you go. So now we're going to type in 3 plus 7 equals 10. And then you can go ahead and do this on slide number 11. And once again, I'm going to leave the slides that say my turn, and then you're going to do the rest of them. So let's go down to slide number 13 for the sake of time. Now we're going to do subtraction for semi-concrete. So let's show you what that looks like. Let's add some numbers and subtract to make the ending product 2. Yeah, there you go. And I figured whatever color format the kids would like is fine. So this is 3 take away 1 equals 2. And again, we're just giving you the ending product. And you're supposed to move the manipulatives. So let's go to the slide number 17. And now we're going to do addition, but this is the abstract now. So we gave you the number, but you have no manipulatives to show you. So now you're just simply creating the math. And then you can fill in number 19 and 20. Let's go to 21 for the sake of time. And now we're going to do subtraction. So let's fill in some numbers on number 22, show you what it's supposed to look like. And once again, I will actually leave the slides that say my turn completed so you know what it looks like. And now my classmates will actually fill in slides number 7, 8, all the slides that don't say my turn. 11, 12, 15, 17, 19, 20, 23, and 24. So my classmates can go ahead, I will give you the link to this, and you can actually fill all these in. I will only leave the slides that say my turn filled in to give you an example of what it's supposed to look like, and now it's your turn. So have fun. Bye.